Hi, this is Cindy Nierenberg, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Those of you who've been following along for a while know this is week 12 on my journey to lose 65 pounds. And as of last week, I had shared with you that I was down over 10 pounds in this journey, so I only had 55 pounds to lose. This week, I have some very different information to share with you. So this week, I need to let you know that I had a gain of 1.4 pounds. And I could give you a million excuses for why I gained that weight. But the truth is, I just allowed myself to get waylaid. So there was so much going on with our country and with politics. And I felt so many emotions as we were going through all of that, that I wanted comfort, and I just found it in the kitchen. So it's interesting to note the behavior that I reverted back to when I was upset was to run to the kitchen. Like, I'm gonna find the answers to all of this in the kitchen cupboard. Like, that's, looking back on it is just ridiculous. But it's the behavior that has gotten me to the weight that I am today. When something's not going right, I run to the kitchen. If I don't feel well, then I'm sure a snack will make me feel better. So my goal now is to increase the awareness of what's going on when I feel like I need to run to the kitchen. And the awareness that I'm looking for is, what are the behaviors that I'm doing that create this desire to go to the kitchen, and what is it that I really need? That's the important question. What am I really looking for? I don't need Cheetos, right? Why is my arm up to the elbow in this bag of Cheetos that I don't really want? What did I want this week? Well, I wanted peace. Like, I wanted our country to be safe. I wanted all the people to be safe. And when that wasn't happening, then I needed to release that pressure valve. And the way I chose to do it was to overeat. So that is the behavior that I've noticed that I was aware of after the fact. So after I had the overeat, I'm like, I didn't even really want that. What am I doing? So my hope is that with increased awareness, that we will be able to identify those behaviors, maybe even during an overeat, right? When the slice of pizza is up to your mouth, then maybe you understand, wait a minute, this pizza is not the answer to what's going on. The answer to what's going on is identifying what is the actual problem here. And I like to think of it as when you talk to a good friend of yours. Like, if you had a good friend you knew was trying to lose some weight, and then she had overeats this week, what would you say to her? Like, you wouldn't say, oh my gosh, I can't believe how dumb you are. You failed again, you're a loser, right? You would say, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? And how can I help? And is there a way that we can learn to do that for ourselves? Hey, Cindy, what's going on? Like, what do you really, really need here? Then I can identify, hey, I don't need food, right? I need comfort. I need to go for a long walk. I need to feel better is what I needed in the moment. There's this beautiful quote, and honestly, I tried to look it up, but the Google search told me there were too many people that were attributed to this quote. But the quote is this: you can never get enough of what you don't really want. Isn't that beautiful? You can never get enough of what you don't really want. And that's the reason that we have so many overeats, right? You keep eating 2, 3, 4 pieces of pizza. I kept eating the bag of Cheetos, right? I had chocolates this week. I didn't want any of those things. You can never get enough of what you don't really want. So that's my tip for you this week, is to increase your awareness of why it is that you are overeating or why it is that you're running to the kitchen. I hope this week's video was informative because in retrospect, I kind of look back and go, I'm kind of glad that I gained weight this week because for the first time in, I think, ever, I stepped on the scale and it showed up 1.4 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, of course it did. And instead of deriding myself and instead of, calling myself names and feeling like a loser, I'm like, yeah, of course, this is just natural. And that was a really good place to be. So I kind of feel like I'm growing, I'm getting ahead of the scale. The scale's not holding as much meaning for me. And I would wish that for you too. So awareness is key. Awareness is the answer to losing weight. Awareness is going to get me to the end of my 65-pound journey. So again, thank you for following along. It's so nice to have you here. I love the conversations that I'm having with those of you who've contacted me. You can always reach me through my email at cindyn@cox.net, or you can reach me through Facebook at Cindy King Nierenberg. Please, in the description box below, like and subscribe to my videos, and I will see you again next week with good news.